What is up, everybody? Daniel here for another video for the channel. So as you can see from the title, this one will be a bit more, I guess you could say, like spiritual, um, but essentially it's something I've kind of come across this past few days. I could say I've been really going into, like, I would say, the thinking part of just existence. I think a lot of people, they over assume in terms of, or overlook, and how much effect your brain and your mind have in terms of, like, subconscious mind and conscious mind, and even things, above that, like spiritual plane, stuff like that, like, frequency, vibration, level of consciousness, stuff like that. I've been really digging into that, and I've realized that, like, that has way more merit than people believe. I think society has been selling people on, like, different methods to get somewhere. Oh, like, oh, the 10 steps you need to do this, or like, the method you need to make this money and all this stuff. It's like, it's really focused on looking externally and thinking you're going to find something external that's going to change it, but everything just comes back to your internal, essentially dialogue. Dialogue being your subconscious mind. This is dialogue you can't see. It's almost like you can see it's like an iceberg, and like beneath it is like all the depth and the substance, and you only see, like, 5% of the iceberg. In this case, 5% being your subconscious mind. So this is what's visible. These are the thoughts you see that you are controlling. You can reject or accept these, and these with emotion are going to basically feed your subconscious mind, which is the 95% you don't see. And this 95%, in this case, the iceberg example, is the 95% of the ideas, paradigms, like beliefs you have that are controlling your reality. So essentially, if you're reacting to your current reality, which is just a manifestation of, past thoughts that you've had emotion to, which have stuck in your subconscious mind and just manifesting, then you're essentially just going to keep repeating the same thing over and over, no matter how much you act, or, again, how much action you put in. If you don't sleep, or you think you're doing the right things, the action you're being called to is just programming and paradigms that have come from your conscious mind beforehand. So I mean, the thing that, I'm starting to realize, because, obviously with myself, I've changed my habits tremendously, I would say, over the past 6 months, even a bit more. So, waking up early, 5 a.m., doing two workouts. So one workout in the morning, gym, and then burpees, round of burpees, like usually 150 minimum. And then I've been tracking my macros. I've also been reading and journaling as well after my first session in the morning. And those things have really been able to, like, just feed my mind, and, really start to look, like I said, internally. Everything, like I said, society just promotes, the next method, or the next, idea, or next trick that's going to get you somewhere. But like I said, once you start to study, like, books like Think and Grow Rich, book from Napoleon Hill, let's say, he's, one of the, probably the best time all selling author, sorry, best all time selling author for personal development books. And essentially, ultra successful people have also backed his books, and, they understand that everything comes from the mind. Reality, and, like, it's just a physical plane. It's the bottom part. You can think of it like a pyramid. Everything starts from the top, like spiritual plane, and then the mental plane is the subconscious mind. But everything starts from here. So you're thinking. That's why the book is called Think and Grow Rich. People think it's rich in just, finances, but you could be rich in anything. Rich in, relationships, rich in health, rich in, like, mental faculties. It's not just financially. So it's like, think a thought and grow it, with emotion, visualization, putting that in your subconscious mind, and then it grows. Think and grow rich. So then essentially that's how it works. But I mean, I think all of us, obviously, our five senses are attuned to, reacting to your environment, right? That's kind of how your conscious mind, thinks new thoughts, just reacting to your environment. But what we have to do is consciously, like, I've been discovering, I've only come across this recently, but I want to share it with you guys. I feel like it's really going to help you guys. Is essentially creating the reality you want in your head, as opposed to reacting to the reality you have now and trying to change that through action. I mean, action is important. That's, obviously the last step in, like, you can say manifesting or creating reality you want, but I also start from, your internal. So the reality you have internally in your head has to be greater than the reality you have externally now that you're looking at. And then that will be able to, a few months or however long it takes to sprout that reality, that's what will come to fruition. So essentially, like I said, stop looking so externally for methods, start looking, internally of, like, the thoughts that you're running through your mind each day. Like I said, it's only 5% that what you see, but the 95, it's affecting the 95% you don't see. So you have to really, consciously start doing things like affirmations. They're called auto-suggestion. So it's like repetitive kind of statements that you want to believe about yourself, so that you can create a different, future in different reality in the future. So things like, I am this person, or, and really feel it. So the key is, like, really feel like it's happening. Like, you have to, like, you're able to trick your subconscious mind, because the subconscious mind can't think or reject, and it's not able to distinguish between actual, like, physical reality you see before your eyes and, like, images you give it from your mind. So, you're able to, like, use visualization, imagination, and that with emotion, you're able to really, like, actually trick your subconscious mind, and they'll accept that as reality. There was a study done about this with, like, basketball players. So, like, there was three groups. They all had to make free throws. So they were tested beforehand and then after. So one group didn't practice. So they all did free throws. They counted their results. Afterwards, one group was told not to practice at all. One group practiced however many shots, to do it per day. And then one group just visualized. So visualize with emotion, like them, closing their eyes and just them making the shots, and feeling like, them missing, and, like, really making it real, and, attempting to really paint the picture as if they're doing it. And then after they came back, they all did the shots again to see if there's improvement. Obviously, the group that didn't practice, it stayed the same or even worse. The group that did practice, they had a 30% improvement, and the group that just visualized, like, literally sat and, was visualizing them, making free throws or missing, or just putting basically living the simulation through their own mind, they had a 25% improvement. So, I mean, this is an actual article. I'll see if I can find it and put it in here, but it basically proves to you how strong your thoughts, and how much you can trick your subconscious mind with just deliberate thinking, with emotion behind it, and, like, really feeling, that you're somewhere you're technically not. So you're putting your reality and your emotions behind somewhere you're not, or that's invisible. There's a good quote that says, um, they say, like, rich people believe to see, and poor people have to see to believe. So that's essentially what I'm mentioning here, is, like, being able to believe, see, be able to believe the reality you have in your head first, and then in order to see it into reality, as opposed to, like, what most people do is they react to what they see in their environment now, which is just a past, kind of manifestation of their past self from the thinking. So they're reacting to their past self's manifestation of reality, and they're, like, reacting to that and trying to find a method to fix it. And then, they have to see something there to believe that they can change it. If that makes sense. So, I can make a whole different video about this. Like I said, I'm just getting into this, but this is something I feel like, is going to change things for me, because, like I said, people have backed this kind of level of thinking. The book is called Think and Grow Rich. It's, like, one of the most probably famous self-development books, and you can, get it anywhere. And I'll try to include it in the description. But essentially, yeah, if they really start, you can investigate this, but really start investigating, the internal thing. Most of the work is internal, because, like I said, it starts from the spiritual plane. Everything you're thinking and, believe with emotion will feed into the subconscious mind, and subconscious mind is 95% of, where you get your results from, because it's just basically, like, you can think of it like, I guess, like a bubble of all your ideas and paradigms you have about yourself and beliefs, and then that will sprout to your reality. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, it's more of, like, a spiritual video. If you look into it, it'll make more sense. People like Bob Proctor talk a lot about it. There's other people as well. There's another channel called Mr. Law of Attraction that's pretty good at it. I mean, it sounds stupid, but the way, you know, once it's explained to you, it actually makes sense. But I mean, the hardest part is actually using your conscious mind to like keep that level of thinking. So hope that helps. More videos coming, like I said, you know, things that I learn or come across that will help you guys, because this channel is about value. And yeah, keep killing it.